What up with you guys? You know who it is. It's your boy John Mike, and today I'm going to be giving you a tour of my home studio. I'm going to show you all the way around it where I do my YouTube videos, where I do my recording booth. This is the control room area. I'm going to show you my live room. I'm going to break it all down to you, show you everything about my studio. So I was blessed to move into this amazing house here latter part of like 2019. I was able to move in here, and we found this house. We've been looking for it for over a year, and we finally found the perfect one that works for me and my family. And one of my biggest things was I wanted a house that had a basement so that I could be able to build out my dream studio. So this is the beginning stages. We've only been working on it for about 10 months of just my dream home studio. And so you'll be able to see in this video all of the things that I've done up to this part. I'm not done, but I think I'm kind of done enough for at least this video because I've done quite a bit of things and added quite a bit. So I just want to kind of show you guys kind of where I'm at in the process and how things have kind of developed out. So for those who just want to get down and dirty and see the studio, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do a studio tour. I'm going to take you all the way around the studio. I'm going to show you everything you want to see, and then you can bow out. But for those who are interested in trying to build out their own home studio, maybe you got a basement, maybe you got a back room, maybe you got like a mother-in-law suite or something, you know, in your house that you want to convert into a home studio, or this is something you want to do. I'm actually going to show you like the whole process because I chronicled these videos. My initial thought was I was going to build out videos and show these as individual videos, but I thought it'd be cool to just kind of throw them all at one video where I show how I built my panels, how I turned my closet into a studio booth, how I, put together the Raven, how I got all of this stuff set up, did my backlit panels, LED panels, the lights behind my panels, all of those different things like that. I thought it'd be really cool to kind of showcase all of that. So on the back end of this video is going to be the how-tos. But for those who just want to see the tour, just stick around these first, few minutes. And those who want to see like the build, how I built out everything and took it from basically empty rooms to this, you can stick around for the latter half of the video and watch on through and see the entire build process. And hopefully it'll give you some ideas. It'll give you some different things that you can do for your own home-based studios. Okay, so I will start right here, walking down into my studio, into the basement of my house from the stairs. So this is what it looks like when you first enter into my studio. And over here is the area where my assistant, I have a couple of interns that work with me and people that come and help with different things. And this is kind of the auxiliary area. Sometimes I work over here and do business stuff. If I don't have anything to do heavy in the studio, this will be where I'll do a lot of my works, daily works at works, like without works. Over here is a utility closet and a fire hazard where I just kind of throw stuff. I'm just gonna be honest. I need to like thoroughly organize that. But it's a huge utility closet where I have everything at there and storage and stuff. Now over here in this section is probably where you guys have seen a lot of my work here, where I do my YouTube videos. So I have this little wall here, this little panel, wood panel. This is actual wood, real wood. And I just have it just nailed into the wall, screwed into the wall. And it's just this kind of, I think it's 6 feet, 6x4 or 7x4 slab of just wood. And then I got these little 21, and this was like $20 at Lowe's. And then I got these little $20 lights that are supposed to go outside. I got these for the decoration. These were like $20. They were at Walmart. And we just hung them up there with some regular old baby nails. Just hung them up there. My wife kind of came up with the hanging pattern. Yeah, go figure. But this is the table, IKEA table, the iconic table where I put all of the keyboards on and all of that stuff like that. Up above here, I have a camera. It's a Canon T2i that is mounted up there. No, it's a T3i, and it's mounted up there to hold the camera. So that's how I get my top-down shots uh, of my keyboards and stuff when I put them on the table is via that camera up there. And of course, I can see it now. Sometimes I would run. I used to have it, but now since I got the T3i, it has the LCD screen. So I used to run an HDMI cable to that TV over there, so I can actually see the top-down shot in full to make sure it was in focus, that sort of thing. But that camera, I think it has autofocus, and it does autofocus, and it has the LCD screen, so I don't have to worry about it being in focus. So I'm actually thinking about repurposing that TV for something else, LED, not LED, but my lighting and stuff for my videos, some little LED panels and a little soft box to light this area up. And so I'm able to kind of focus this area. As you can see, I'll try to do it with this camera here. So I can get that kind of look and feel when I'm standing behind the table. That's how we kind of get it. So it's like the perfect length and width. Little $20 TV, not table, but TV, but table from IKEA that I use and stuff. So over here, I have a TV plugged to this camera. And this is another little Canon camera I have that I use for my frontal shots. And I'm able to come over here, and as I'm sitting at the table and working, I can be able to look at that TV over there and see if I'm in focus and so on and so forth for my videos and catch my focus and really work on that. So this is pretty much the YouTube area where I do all of my YouTube and I do some administrative work. So if I have a day where I'm not really doing any recording, mixing or anything like that, I'm pretty much working over there on that iMac and doing things, or my assistants come in, they work in over there. Now I got a couple of people that work with me. It's not like I got like a whole area. I have a little messy area over here. This is, coffee pot, all that stuff like that. Sink, little sink area right there. And it's just like a catch-all area where I just kind of throw stuff that I use, at any given moment. But, I need to have it out where I can get to it, like my Tascam handy recorder, something like this. I might need to grab a staple gun. Go figure, little stuff like that, batteries, just like a little throw place where I can just kind of throw stuff. Got a little refrigerator here. It's empty right now. Don't have anything in it because I normally stock it up when I have a session. That's pretty much what I do with this. It's just my session fridge. So I just kind of stock it up when I have a session that's coming in. We'll put waters in there, ginger ales, little things like that. Gatorades, for the singers or whoever, musicians or whatever is coming in. This is a little tip I learned from a friend of mine named Jamel Kimbrough, great producer, top producer for Todd Delaney and people like that. Get you a little, create you a hospitality area for it. Now, this is snacks for me where I just been throwing stuff, so don't mind all of this. But get you a little hospitality area for your clients when they come in. This is a little $3, $4 setup I got from Walmart with the little, easel and the little thing where you can actually put the words and letters in there. And so whenever I have an artist that comes through to record, we change the name to whatever that artist's name is. And it's like a welcome whomever. And then typically we'll pack this with snacks, chips, crackers, cookies, little things like that they can use, that they can eat from during the session. And then of course the refrigerator will have like water and all of that stuff like that in there to where they can use that. So that's this section. Of course, I have a full bathroom down here. Just a full regular old bathroom. Nothing special about it. Just a bathroom. And then here is where the magic happens. This is the live room, which is really, really dope. I have like 12-foot ceilings in here, 12-foot ceilings. I measured it out. They're 12 feet off from the ground, from floor to ceiling. And I think that's amazing. It makes it amazing for recording. The room sounds really, really good. Like it's a really, really good sounding room. So I really love that. So it's real open in space because this was a mother-in-law suite. So this is like the living room area. That's when I found this house, that's what I was looking for, was something that had a full finished basement. And this house came with a mother-in-law suite. So this is actually an apartment on the bottom of the house. So this would be the living room area, you know, in, you know, if this was, we was using it as a regular house. So like I said, I have all of this kind of stuff just kind of laid in here. And you can kind of see that this is plenty of room. I record drums in here, vocals. I could do a full choir if I want to. This is the where all of the magic happens. And then this over here, these are my panels. These are like, I think 7 feet tall panels that we built, and or gobos, you know, some people call them that. They're on wheels, so I can actually, you know, move these wherever I need to move them. It's kind of stuck. Let me see if I can get that out of there. Either way, you kind of get the picture. They're on wheels, so I can push them and move them around. Those who have been following for a long time, you kind of know, you know, you've seen my different setups that I've used for this room. So if I'm recording vocals, I can create like a makeshift booth, or I can enclose my drums in if I'm recording drums, all of that stuff like that. It's really, really cool. And let's see how I'm gonna, so much to show. This is my wall. Sorry, camera moved. This is my wall of gratefulness or thankfulness. You know, my wife created this for me. We started just collecting. I need to put some more pictures and stuff up here. But these are pictures of people that I've had the pleasure to record with, people that have came by the studio and recorded here. We try to get pictures. There's a lot of those up here, and sessions and things that I've done. Just milestone, and then the rest of them are like milestones in my life, people that have been a part of my life. And so whenever the whole premise of this is when I'm having a down day or situation where I'm really feeling like I'm not making an impact, or I'm kind of down, I can come over here to this wall and I can look and I can reflect and be thankful and grateful for all of the things that I've had the pleasure to do in my life. So let's talk about a few pieces of gear that I have in here that work pretty much for what I do. So mics, I got pretty simple, cheap mics, nothing crazy. I have an Audio Technica, I think this is a 2035. I have a Audio Technica 2020. I got another one of these around here somewhere in a box that if I need it. I have a Lewitt, and there'll be links to these all down in the description. A Lewitt LCT 440 Pure. This mic is a monster. I don't know, you're sleeping on it. If you don't know about it, you're sleeping on it. Take a look at it, link down in the description. This is probably my favorite mic. I'll just be honest, in my studio. It's so versatile. I've used it on overheads. I've used it on as a room mic. I've used it as a lead vocal mic. I've used it as a regular vocal mic. I've cut whole backgrounds on this mic. I got a class coming where I'm going to show you where I recorded a whole album, whole record using just this mic. Just this mic, a whole song done, full backgrounds, all of that one mic. Stay tuned for that. So cheap, really cheap mics. I don't have a whole lot of expensive stuff, and you don't really need a whole lot of expensive stuff in this day and time. These are some Presonus PM2s. Again, link down in the description. Pencil condenser mics. These are amazing on overheads. I mean, stupid amazing. These are my favorite overhead mics. I've been thinking about picking up a pair of Samson CO2s just to kind of compare them against them. But so far, these are my favorite mics for overheads. I have a stereo pair of them, one here, one over there. And the reason they're positioned here at this moment is because I had a session and I actually used these as room mics, right? This little thing right here, you can't really get this anywhere. At least I've never been able to find it, but I found this on the Facebook Market. It's made by a company called Redco. And it is basically a headphone uh, headphone, what do you call these things? Mixer. And they're used. I got two of them. Uh, so I got these used. I think it was $50 for the pair. Pretty cool. The dope part about it is it's got 4 channels, and you can daisy chain these together. So I can actually run a line from here and plug it into here, and have, 8 channels. Now they're all one mix. These aren't split mixes. I run a mix from my snake. That's my snake down there. Run a mix from my snake into this stereo mix into here. So when I have people, like I just recorded a group a few weeks ago, um, like a back, we did all backgrounds and stuff like that. And we used just this one right here, and everybody plugged in their headphones into this whole, thing, and they shared a mix, but they can control the volume on their individual mix, whichever one they're plugged into, they can control the overall volume. And I make sure that they have a good mix before we actually start recording. Speaking of headphones, these are some little headphone hooks that I bought off Amazon real cheap, like $5 or $6, that allow me to hang my headphones. And as far as headphones, these are some little cheap headphones I grabbed off of Amazon, $15. They sound decent, especially for reference, just reference. That's all they are. They're closed back reference headphones, little cheap ones. I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money. I didn't see the need to spend $500 on, you know, headphones for people to use to reference their art, especially if they're not, doing lead vocals. Like I have a really good set of headphones for a lead vocal to reference on. These are just some ones that just sound decent, that work for background vocals, like in people that come in. And I have 3 pairs of those. And then this is a little neat thing I picked up from another studio owner. Get you a pegboard to organize your cables. Now, mine could probably use a once over to kind of get them back in, because I've been working and I've been pulling cables off and throwing them back on. But typically I'll have it organized by XLRs and TRS and all of that stuff like that. And USB, even USB cables, I have them on here, like little USB cables and stuff. I have them on there to where I can just kind of throw those on real quick to do what I need for them to do. So this is a real quick, solution to that. Just mount it on the wall. This was $8. The whole pegboard was $8 at Lowe's, and the little pegs were like $4. You know what I'm saying? You can just throw those pegs on there. These little regular little pegs. That's all they are. And you plug them in there. You can get them as long or as short as you need. I can typically get about 1 or 2 cables on an average size peg. So that's what I try to do, is double up on my XLRs and all of that stuff like that. So it's just a great way to have stuff organized when you're in a session. You need to be able to run and grab stuff quick. You need to be able to run over here and just go boom and grab that and plug it up or whatever. And it helps keep that whole situation kind of flowing smoothly. What else in the live room that I want to cover? A couple of other things, and then we'll move into the control room. As you notice, I have this big curtain here. Now, this is not per se an certified acoustic curtain, because it's not thick enough to be that, but it's a nice breathable material that allows the sound, but it gives the sound a barrier. And I found it really good for kind of controlling the dynamics of this room, because it's such a big room. If I pull this curtain back, then this room is long. I mean, just kind of getting a, I don't know if that gives you a perspective here, from back here all the way to, where that iMac is. It's a really long room if I don't have that up. These are just little pillars that are right there. It's not a wall. It's just like 3 pillars right there. So in order to control the dynamics of this room, when I was doing, like if I'm recording drums or if I'm recording group vocals, maybe I want a bigger sound out of my drums. Then I pull the curtain back and it gives me more space for those drums to kind of shoot out. And then maybe I want a tighter sound. I'll move the gobos around in this area, like right in here, and just kind of line them up and close the drums in with this as kind of a pseudo barrier to give the drums the sound something to hit up against, you know. And it really does. It kind of controls the dynamics just a little bit. Just a simple curtain that's not acoustic. It's just a regular, old curtain I got from Walmart. I run up to Walmart a whole lot, 10 feet. And that's pretty much like the live room. Again, like I got the little snake there. The snake runs from out of here into, uh, put a little hole in the wall and ran it into the control room. And that's pretty much my setup um, for the live room to get audio in and out. Drums, I didn't talk about that. I also didn't talk about this project. I know some of you guys have been asking me about the Studio Logic project. I goofed it up. I'll do an update on that soon, but I'm gonna fix it. I have a way I'm gonna fix it, but I goofed it up. Drums, I have some Tay drums here. It's a Tay kit. Maple, really, really dope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 piece kit. Basic drum mics, Sennheiser E3604s. And I have a Beta 52 for the kick. And then I have I use this on toms. It's a Isaac BDM something, BDM1. And then for snare top and all that stuff, I use some SM57s, and that's pretty much my drum mic situation. And the rest of this is just kind of random stuff that I just kind of keyboards and other stuff that I use along the way. Okay, one other cool thing I'm gonna show you about my live room and just the studio in general actually is that I have control over my lights using this app called Genie. And the app these are all smart lights. Oh, I actually turn the control room power off. I didn't even do that. Get back in there. Sorry, Studio Light 3 and so on. I can turn them off and on using my phone. I can also control the color of the lights. So I can change that light over there to green or blue, so on and so forth. I have all complete control over all of those things. I can dim them, so on and so forth. So it's really, really cool for and then in the control room, I can do the same thing too. I can control my power for my studio, my control room. I can control my power for my video lights, control all of the lights, bulbs, and the colors of them. I can even control the color in my booth, which you'll see that in a second. So it's really, really cool. I'll drop a link to these particular lights. They're Wi-Fi. They work on Wi-Fi. So it's really, really cool. It connects to your Wi-Fi network, and then you're able to control the lights and stuff using that. So it's really, really dope for like setting moods for artists. And sometimes when they're in the studio, when they're recording, they want to kind of create a vibe. I ask them what their favorite color is or things like that. And I'll change the lights to those colors so that they can kind of have that kind of set and be able to do that. So it's really, really dope to have control over these things from your phone. All right, so the last stop is the control room, boys and girls. This is where all the magic happens. I have my Raven, Slate Raven here set up with all of those different things or what have you. I've done videos on those. I'll throw those in the description so you can check those out. I have my panels in here. Again, if you stick around, you'll see the panel build, how we actually built these panels. I have 12 of them set up. These lights, I have a little section at the end of the video that's going to show how I actually put these lights because there's no wires. There's no wires, boys and girls. I've seen these panels and stuff like this in videos and stuff like that before, and I always wonder how do they get these panels to light up, behind that. So I found a little hack for it. These are basically battery to kind of sum it up. These are battery powered LEDs. I'll show how I put them up and set them up in the tail end of this video. I have another one here. This one just kind of changes colors. And as you can notice, I'm a Star Wars nerd. So I have Star Wars stuff like all over the studio, all over the control room, stormtroopers, Kylo Ren. I have the, posters. I got TIE fighters on the wall. You know what I mean? I got R2D2. This is really, really cool because I'm going to try to see if I can catch it on camera. But it kind of looks 3D, like a hologram, and it changes colors. It's really just a thin piece of plastic, but way it goes, it almost looks like it's 3D hologram type thing. And I thought that was really, really dope. I'll drop a link to it down in the description if you're a Star Wars nerd like me. And so I got the little thing, Star Wars, got Luke Skywalker there, sitting on top of Darth Vader, lunchbox. My wife found that for me. Got a lightsaber right here. You know what I mean? A lightsaber to be able to do that. Monitors, I'm using the Adams T7Vs, and which are really amazing monitors, very clear, very smooth sounding. I also have the Yamaha HS5s that I use as reference monitors. These are basically mixing, and then I use these. These are great in the mid-range, so when I'm mixing, I'm able to really get mix my vocals on this. I'm all in the box. I don't have any hardware. I do everything in the box. All of my mixing is in the box, so this is why this setup works for me. Try to get back here. Hopefully you'll be able to see where the snake comes in right there from the room, and then it runs into, and it's a little dark back here. Let me turn this light on to help cast some light. But there is my interface. It's a Studio Live 16R, so 16 channels of audio running from here out of my snake into here. So I have control over that. I'll do a video on that soon. Back off in there is my all of my jungle of stuff where I set that up, and that's my MacBook Pro is sitting on there because the Raven has a shelf, and it's difficult to see because it's dark. But there's a little shelf back there that holds the computer and everything, and I'll talk about that in the Raven setup part of this video. But keyboards right now, this setup changes all the time because I'm always getting new keyboards, because of this channel. Right now, I got the Arturia on top that I use this for using when I'm doing synth stuff because it's got great synth action. And then right now, the Hammer 88 is kind of holding me down for piano stuff right here. Monitor controller, I have just a regular old passive Mackie big knob. It does the job, does what I need for it to do. Don't mind this light. That's another one of my LED lights I had for the videos. I have these little lights that I got from IKEA. That's little string lights that just kind of hang from there just to give it some vibe and stuff while we're, here in the dark. Ring light, blah, blah, blah. I have these LED light strips on the floor that change colors. So it's really, really cool when I can turn it off. Of course, I got my big light on now, but it's like, and when I have these lights off, like if I turn my ring light off and I turn off this big thing, you know what I mean? And I'm in here at night or even during the day because I got blackout, curtains or whatever. It's just a vibe to me. You know what I'm saying? It's all about creating that vibe when an artist or a producer or somebody comes in to work and you have this whole kind of vibe going on that works for you. And I like, even though that's why I got the blackout curtains, because or blackout shades. I like kind of just hanging out and creating these kind of vibes to work in, even if it's during the daytime. This is typically where I keep my studio lit. I'm like a vampire, I know. You know what I'm saying? I know that's pretty much how it is. But that's the standpoint. Guitar hanging on the wall right there. Panels hanging. Got another poster here. And then the piece de la resistance, last stop on the journey, is my studio booth here. And I have, of course, Star Wars fan. Got all my Star Wars crap here on this part. And then here's the studio booth, the recording booth. Again, I got a light in here that I can control the what's called of it, but I'll go ahead and turn on the regular light. But I have the Slate mic. I'll be doing a review on this soon. The Steven Slate ML1. This is my main right mic that I use for lead vocals. I love this because it can be any mic that you want for it to be. We paneled out this whole booth, you know, from floor to, like from, not from floor to ceiling. I'm eventually going to finish the bottom part, but for right now, I kind of have it very much padded from top to bottom. I didn't do the ceiling like that. And I know this is not like the best looking situation, but it's functional and works. This is a nice home budget studio situation. You know what I mean? Got a little stool in here because this was a walk-in closet. And so I just wanted to make it into something that I can use as a booth. I got the glass door, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, the artist we can shut this and they can get in and do that. I have a little ISO little thing down there that keeps the sound from coming in. Little thing I got from Walmart just to kind of be a doorstop. And just set it all up like that. Now, another thing, last little thing, see, here's some studio, here's some Sennheiser HD something or another's that I use for here. That's some great reference headphones for, you know, when I'm recording vocals. And the last little thing I'll show you is this TV that I put in here. I don't have it on right now or hooked up because I actually pulled the HDMI cord for something the other day that I needed it. But I have I'll unplug it here. You can see it. There's an Apple TV back here. This is a hack for you studio owners and you want to have a booth situation. I put this Apple TV in here and plugged it up to this TV because from the Mac, you can actually AirPlay to the Apple TV, your TV screen. So when an artist is in here and working, I actually AirPlay to this Apple TV, my desktop screen, so they can see the session as we're working on it. So that's pretty dope way. You can put use it as a secondary monitor to put up lyrics and things like that for the artist to kind of make that work. So that's pretty much the setup. That's pretty much everything in here. Now, again, you guys can stay tuned for the other part. For those who don't want to see, you know, who are done after this, you've pretty much seen all you need to see. But if you want to see how I put together some of this stuff, put the curtain up, put the panels together, put the door, created the door for the booth and lights and all of that, just stick around for the part B of this video. Yo, so that's it. You know how we do on these videos. Hit the like button, hit the share button, turn on notifications, do all those things that you normally do on the video. I'll talk to you guys on the next one. I'm out. Holla at your boy.